Fly uptown when I'm feeling down, I wanna do retail therapy. Being with a gang all week, I need some female energy. Suck my soul, I lost my breath, she got me breathing heavily. Toxic relationship with my queen, but me and the T got chemistry. Fly uptown when I'm feeling down, I wanna do retail therapy. Being with a gang all week, I need some female energy. Suck my soul, I lost my breath, she got me breathing heavily. Toxic relationship with my queen, but me and the T got chemistry. Told her that I'm a Gemini, now she on Google checking the compatibility. She wanna see if I got the agility, she wanna see if I got the ability, I went round 3, she want round 4, she killing me, ADHD, my trigger finger fidgety. The business, no wouldas or couldas. Straight to the bag, yeah, we straight. Can still take you on day. Yo guys, welcome back to another video. Today's video, we got a Central Cee Vocal Effect. Again, gonna have the link to the preset in the link in the description, so check those out if you want. The presets for both FL Studio and Waves plugins. So check that out if you're interested in the preset. But today I'm gonna be going over the Wave preset. So as usual, in my mixer, I've got all the channels here. So the main thing is I've got lead vocals going into the vocal bus. You can see a chain into the vocal bus, then vocal bus, chain into the master. So I'll start off with the lead vocals. For the sample vocals, I've recorded just lead vocals and ad-libs. I didn't record any vocal dubs. So the presets are only gonna have lead vocals and ad-lib channels. So but for the lead vocals, first thing, there's no auto-tune, there's no pitch correction, he's not singing. So that's why this is off. But of course the EQ, so the first thing we want to do is EQ the vocals. So as usual, got surgical EQ, and what I do is I play through the vocals. Fly uptown when I'm feeling down, I want to do retail therapy. Being with it. You can see I'm just taking a specific frequency, shifting through, listening out for those frequencies. You hear those bad noises, and that's what you want to take out. So if I do that again. Fly uptown when I'm feeling down, I wanna do retail therapy. Being with it. About there you can hear those noises we don't want, so I'm just gonna reduce the gain, take that out. Done the same thing for the rest of these frequencies here and this frequency here, and I'm cutting out the low end here at about, what's that? About 100 hertz. So with the Waves preset, it's not gonna have the Fab Filter plugin. It's gonna have the studio rack here with the Q8 plugin. That's the Waves plugin. So it's doing exactly the same thing here, just another different plugin EQing in the same way. So surgical EQ in here. So this is what you'll have if you get the Waves plugin. So my ad-libs is pretty much the same thing. I've got the EQ here, then I've got the studio rack here, which has got some effects on it. So I've got the Skeps omni-channel plugin, which I just use to give it like the radio effect that you hear in ad-libs. So these are my settings for that. It's mainly this bit here that I'm playing with the saturation. So you can differentiate the lead vocals to the ad-libs. And then I've got CLA effects here, just giving it a bit of reverb and a bit of delay in here. Then I'm using this free plugin called Pancake 2, which just pans the vocals from left to right, and you can see here it does it every bar. It will pan the vocals left to right. So all this, the ad-libs and the lead vocals, are going into the vocal bus. On my vocal bus, we've just got 2 studio racks here. The first one has got the main plugin, so starting off with the NS1 suppressor. This plugin just takes out all the background noise, any noise that you can hear in your vocals, like a fan running in the background. It will take that all out. So this is my settings for this plugin here. So as usual, I'll switch off all these plugins, and then you can hear what it sounds like. So this is what it sounds like with just the EQ and the NS1 noise suppressor in here. Fly uptown when I'm feeling down, I wanna do retail therapy. So just for comparison, I'm gonna turn off the EQ so you can hear what it sounds like before adding EQ, before it cleans up the vocals. Fly uptown when I'm feeling down, I wanna do retail therapy. So you can hear the difference. The EQ just clean up the vocals and taking out the low end as well. Next up, we've got Vocal Rider. What this is doing is that if I sing too loudly or too quietly, it will just level everything out. And that's what this plugin is doing. So this is what it sounds like with the Vocal Rider added on. Fly uptown when I'm feeling down. I wanna do retail therapy. So next up I got our compressor. These are my settings for the compression here. It's not as hard as other artist compression. You can hear in Central Cee's vocals that his vocals aren't as compressed as other artists. So these are my compressions here. I've laid off the ratio here, so it's not as hard as a compression, and this is what it sounds like with the compression on. Fly uptown when I'm feeling down. I wanna do retail therapy. Next up is the SSL E channel. It's an EQ and a compressor in one plugin. So this button here, if you select this button here, it's gonna EQ first, then compress. If you unselect it, then it's gonna compress, then EQ. So that's one thing to look out for. And these are my settings for this plugin, and this is what it sounds like with this plugin added on. Fly uptown when I'm feeling down. I wanna do retail therapy. So you can hear just boosting the high ends a bit and brightening the vocals a little bit. And the next up is the Vitamin plugin. What this does is brightens the vocals in different bands, so you can see low, mid, high, and high here. So you can brighten the vocals in the different bands, and these are my settings for this plugin here. And this is what it sounds like with the Vitamin plugin added on. Fly uptown when I'm feeling down. I wanna do retail therapy. So you can hear the difference, what the Vitamin plugin is doing, brightening the vocals a lot. The next plugin here, the C4 multiband compressor, what this does is that it splits the signal into different bands and then compresses them separately. So these are my settings for the multiband compressor. I might just drop this down a little bit here in this band. And this is what it sounds like with the multiband compressor added on. Fly uptown when I'm feeling down. I wanna do retail therapy. Being with a... So next up is a de-esser. What a de-esser does is that it takes out the sibilants and the S sounds in your vocals, especially if you've been recording without a pop filter. It's gonna take out all that sibilants and the hard S's from your vocal takes. So my threshold is on minus 25 decibels, and this is what it sounds like with the de-esser added on. Fly uptown when I'm feeling down. I wanna do retail therapy. Lastly, I got a CLA 76 compressor. This is just another compressor which is gluing all the effects I've used so far, just gluing them together. And these are my settings here, and this is what it sounds like with the CLA 76 added on. Fly uptown when I'm feeling down. I wanna do retail therapy. So that's it for the studio rack. On the next studio rack, here I've got the extra effects here. So first up, the doubler. I just use the doubler. Usually it's used to give a double effect, double vocal effect. But what I use it for is just to thicken the vocals a little bit. Here, as you can see, the gain here is really low, minus 30 decibels, so you can barely hear the doubles. But what it gives is a wider vocal. So this is what it sounds like with the doubler on. Fly uptown when I'm feeling down. I wanna do retail therapy. So next is the reverb. These are my settings for the reverb here. Just cutting out the reverb on the low end of the vocal here, more on the mid and a bit on the high. My wet dry is the main thing. My wet dry slider here is to 3, and I'm using reverb type Hall 1 on the Reverb plugin. So this is what it sounds like with the reverb added on. Fly uptown when I'm feeling down. I wanna do retail therapy. So with reverb, especially with drill or UK vocals, it's not going to be as much reverb as other types of vocals. So I've laid off the reverb a bit. Might even just take that down to 2. And lastly, in this studio rack, I've got a limiter. Put the ceiling to minus 7 decibels, so the vocals won't go past minus 7, and my threshold to minus 14 here. And this is what it sounds like all together. Fly uptown when I'm feeling down. I wanna do retail therapy. So now my master channel, I've got the SSL comp plugin, and I'm using the mastering preset here. So if you click load and select mastering, it's a compressor for the master channel, just squashing the instrumental and the vocals together to make sure the vocals sit properly. And then lastly, I've got the Ozone 9 here to do most of the mastering. So what I usually do is I use the master assistant. So I click master assistant up here, select modern here, selecting low here. It's going to target about -14 LUFS. Select streaming and then click next. And then when I play through, it's going to analyze the vocals. So fly uptown when I'm feeling down. I wanna do retail therapy. Being with a gang all week, I need some female energy. Suck my soul, I lost my breath. She got me breathing heavily. Toxic relationship with my queen, but me and the T got chemistry. Told her that I'm a Gemini, now she on Google checking the compatibility. She wanna see if I got the agility. She wanna see if I got the ability, huh? I went round 3, she went round 4, she killing me, huh? 80. So that's done. So even though the master assistant has done what it thinks is best for mastering, I can still go in here. Like for example, I'll usually push up the ceiling to about -0.2 decibels and then increase the threshold a bit more. So it's gonna, the whole sound of the track is gonna be boosted just a little bit more. To about -5 here. And I can also go in and change any of these plugins here if I wanted to. So that's it for the vocal effects. Again, the presets are going to be linked in the description for FL Studio, stock plugins, and for Waves. So if you're interested in that, make sure to check the links out. And if you want to see more vocal effects, check the playlist on screen now.